Um, I dyed my hair pink and it looks really weird. So I've been trying to post a video for days and it won't upload, so I'm just gonna go live and talk about what I wanted to talk about in the other video. So I don't want people to hear me. Let me turn this air off. Alright, so I've been doing some research on my genetics. I'm really passionate about epigenetics, and I have chronic illness and mitochondrial insufficiency. And I have a genetic predisposition for schizophrenia. I have a lot of genetic SNPs that indicate. Sorry, this live thing is really weird and it's making me feel uncomfortable. But anyway, so I'm gonna try to focus. I have not detoxed yet. I'm gonna start that tomorrow. Back to the psychosis. So since I got off of, well, when I was on suboxone and since I got off suboxone, I've experienced symptoms of psychosis and schizophrenia. I have visual hallucinations. I see shadow figures sometimes. I've had a couple auditory hallucinations, but not many. Super OCD, like I'll make repetitive movements over and over or sounds over and over, and it's like if I'm in public, I can hide it, but it's super hard. Also, intrusive thoughts. I've had a lot of intrusive thoughts that are very violent since I was on Suboxone and since I got off. Before Suboxone, I didn't experience any of this. So I've come to the conclusion that I have drug-induced psychosis, and I've gone to the mental health center in the community where I live, and I have an appointment for a psychiatrist set up on July 19th, and I'm going to start seeing a therapist on July 9th. The longest I've been able to stay clean in the last year has been 30 days, and that was when I first got off Suboxone. And at that time, I was prescribed Seroquel, which is an antipsychotic. So what happens every time I go into withdrawal, my psychotic symptoms increase. Makes sense. Withdrawal makes you feel psychotic. But this is different. Like, it seems to me that there's something bigger going on that is underlying the psychosis. I've also experienced manic depression, I think. I've never had it before, but last month I experienced something that I think was mania. I didn't have a desire to sleep. I was super productive. I was super talkative, and I'm a big introvert. So it was really out of character for me. So the update is I'm hoping to get some antipsychotic from the psychiatrist to help me stay clean longer. I just had the headphone plugged in. I don't know if anybody could fucking hear me. God, so stupid. Anyway, psychosis. So, yeah, just the mental health or mental illness that I've experienced since I got on Suboxone and since being off of it, it's just too much for me to handle, and so that's why I'm going to seek help from medicine, like from a professional. Oh, I have a lot of delusional thinking. I'm totally convinced that my boyfriend hates me and that he doesn't love me so often that it's like destroying our relationship. And I finally told him everything that was going on with the psychosis, and I said, let's take a break until this gets better because I'm gonna tear us apart and I can't trust my mind right now. And he said, no, I'm willing to help you see through your delusions. And so he and I are working together, and one thing that we've done that really helps me with the delusional thinking is we plan when we're gonna talk every day the night before. So like today, for instance, he had band rehearsal. I was gonna pick him up at 6, which means we don't talk the entire day before then. And this really helps me because if we were allowed to talk, I would be obsessing and delusional about, like, if he was even gonna call. Oh, is he even thinking about me? Like, it's fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I've never been like this. So my use has been really heavy in the last week. I'm dosing like 2 times a day, large amounts of kratom, some oxy, and so I'm gonna detox again, and I'm not looking forward to it. But I hope that since I have discovered that I have some serious mental health things going on as a result of the drugs, I hope that since I have figured that out, that I can kind of find the missing piece to the puzzle, because I know if I were to stay clean long enough, I pray that the psychotic symptoms would dissipate eventually, but that doesn't really do anything for the short term. The psychosis during the withdrawal, the psychosis during pause, and like I said, I've never experienced this before at all. I've never experienced schizophrenia or psychosis, and so this is all new, and each day is really hard, and I imagine it's gonna get harder before it gets easier, but that's it. That's the update. Bye. How do I turn this off? I don't even know how to do this. I've never done this before. Okay, later.